Hey there, everybody. Thanks for joining us. So we're going to run through some of the active fires again out in the eastern plains. Now, thankfully, while it's been a little breezy out there, just judging from Caroline's live shots, kind of just doing some smoldering, essentially, not really much explosive growth. But on these two fires that still do not have full containment, we could get pretty rapid growth through the afternoon, especially it sounds like on the Fort Lyon fire. It's one's grown a little bit bigger, a little bit more uncontrolled, and they're only trying to kind of get a hold, of what the containment lines are. Red flag warnings are very widespread today, from El Paso County all the way down through Los Animas County and Trinidad, of course, east out through the plains. But I'll tell you what, while the San Luis Valley is also under red flag criteria, our southern mountains are not. Now, that may seem a little bit strange, but part of the deal there is that we don't quite have the humidity to meet red flag criteria. That being said, I consider fire danger still pretty elevated up into those mountains, especially with what some of the winds are gusting at. So through Saguache, Alamosa, Salida, the highest we've gusted out there has been about 40 miles per hour. La Junta in Walsenburg, rather, in Trinidad have been gusting towards the 20 to 40 mile per hour range. Colorado Springs and Pueblo have had intermittent 30 and 20 mile per hour gusts, and so is La Junta. It's had some 20 mile per hour gusts, but generally east of the interstate, the winds are not that strong. And our futurecast modeling kind of knew that from La Junta out east towards those two fires, the winds would just kind of be gusting around the 10 to 15 mile per hour range at lunch. They're going to pick up through the afternoon. This is 2 o'clock along 50. The winds will switch back out of the west. And so any fire movement through the end of the day would want to be carried east a little bit, or at least this is where the smoke is going to blow. And remember, from 4 to 6 o'clock, those winds will be gusting in the 25 to 35 mile per hour range. So a flare up is definitely possible into the evening before the winds lighten up by 9 o'clock. This is what the statewide wind gusts are going to be, at least through our region. Through 4 o'clock, a lot of 20 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts, with some of the strongest stuff still generally over the west, over the valleys, and over the west side of the mountains. Now, we can go ahead and take a look at a few more things down the road. Humidity through the afternoon will continue to fall. The air is warming up. Those westerly winds are packing dry downslope mountain air. So from I-25 east, we're still thinking that the humidities will fall below 15%, which is very critical for that fire danger. 39 in Colorado Springs right now, 41 in Pueblo, with some more 30s out through the plains and 20s back into the mountains and valleys to our west. Now, we are trying our best to warm up to the 40s and a few 50s outside, but that does bring us to your Super 7 Day, where our big story is the fire danger in a week's worth of wind. From today through next Tuesday, it's either going to be windy or it's going to be a little breezy. The least windy day is Friday, and it does warm up, but then we do see a lot more wind going through the weekend. Looking at Pueblo, we've got 60s trying to turn to 70s from Thursday to Friday. We will carry more 70s out into the weekend, and we are going to have 70s turn to 80s from Monday into Tuesday. In Canyon City, we are going to stay dry out through this 7-day stretch. We are going to have some 70s out there into the weekend. And actually in Woodland Park, it's been a little interesting. There's been some snow out and about parts of El Paso County to the east side of Powers, but we've also had a few flakes and flurries around Woodland Park today. Nothing to accumulate, but fire danger does remain high going out through the weekend.